educated.
All right, I was reading a particular article that was talking about Jaden Ivey, and that might be the biggest splash that the Pistons may make this particular offseason. Um, that this might be the biggest splash that they might make. My thing is it enough, and will he transition? Will he transition? Because some of the shortcomings that he have, I don't think he lacks the. I think he has the mentality to play next to Cade. I think most people are like, we wish he would be more of an alpha and kind of like, yeah, I'm the shit too. But he kind of like, oh, it's Cade's team. I'm just here to help. But I think he's at his best when he's on his front foot being aggressive. And I think he needs to have more of an aggressive, selfish mindset. Not to the point where it's detrimental, but you understand what I'm saying? Just a little bit more assertiveness. But will it work when he come back? And I think, his ability to shoot the ball a lot better. I think the injury could be a blessing in disguise. And, he just needed to learn he just needed some control. That's it. He just needed some control. And he just needed to, learn to protect. I just think he moved too fast. Even when he go into the rack, it's just, I just feel like he's reckless with the ball. He slow down. He learn how to protect the ball. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he'll protect the ball a lot better. He'll finish a lot better. And really for him, then I think the next step, he shot the ball amazing this year. That's something that we were missing coming in. He was the one that actually made the leap. He's the one that actually made the shooting leap, and nobody really talked about it. We were just hearing how much better. We was hearing how much better. Asar Thompson was shooting the ball. We was hearing that how much better Asar Thompson was shooting the ball, but we didn't really hear about the improvements coming out of camp to Jaden Ivey, and he was shooting the ball. He was shooting the ball beautiful this season. The release looked a lot better. That release, looked a lot better, looked more comfortable. So whatever he did, over the offseason, it worked. But now the next level is learning to tighten the handle up. And you also get that from Cade Cunningham. Learn to tighten that handle up. I think learn when he going to the rim, protect the ball. He always getting stripped or he getting fouled. He's not allowed to finish and get the N1. Finish, high, finish strong. And I think also, he needs to realize that, guess what? Okay, I can shoot the three now. How about I get like a little pump fake escape dribble and get a mid-range game? You look at Shea Gillensley. He make the mid-range game cool again. Cade Cunningham, he make their mid-range game cool again. That's why I said Jaden Ivey need to look at, what Tony Parker and try to model his game after Tony Parker a little bit. If he able to get dribble, escape dribble, and get to that mid-range 10 to 15 pull-up, get a floater and finish at the rim, I think he's the perfect PIC, partner in crime, for Cade Cunningham. So that's my opinion on it. But I think, all the times we tried to see these brothers play together and it just never worked. It didn't work. We just never got a chance to see it gel. It was Cade getting injured. Cade getting injured. Now Ivey had a good rookie season. Then after Ivey had a good rookie season, then he get injured. So, seeing him, coming off this injury, you might get the best version of him. He sat back, watched the game, and you might get the best version of him. So, yeah, I think it's worth it. Like I said, if you have an opportunity where you can obtain a Giannis, a Trae Young, a Devin Booker, guys like that, then guess what? I just think you'll be doing yourself a disservice. I think you'll be doing yourself a disservice if you didn't. I think you'll be doing yourself a disservice. That's just my opinion on it. I feel like you'll be doing yourself a disservice. But when you're in this situation, and you feel confident about them, and also continue to step it up as a defender too. So, they got a lot of questions to be asked out there. But I think his return and his impact can take you to another next level. You look at the Eastern Conference, who really scare you? Boston is Boston. You know what I'm saying? And you look at Boston. They might have some uphill battles next year. Okay, you continue to look on, and you say, okay, Boston might have some uphill battles. Indiana is pretty good. We seen that. We was right there with the Knicks. We was right there with the Knicks. So it's really nobody. And you say, well, what do you think the Pistons need? Help, an additional ball handler and scorer on, somebody can get their own shot. And Ivey can do those things. So, and he pretty soon playing for a contract. So we'll see. But hey, if you, like I said, if you can go get one of those guys like that, why not? Why not? So that's where I stand at with it. But I like to see him and Stewart come back and see what they got. See what they got. See what they got. But with this brother, I think it'll be fun. I think he has the right mentality, attitude to play with Cade, and we'll see what they can do. We'll see what they can do. So, for the most part, it's really what really separated itself to really make this work for him is his ability to shoot. When he started shooting the blood out the ball the way he was shooting it last year, it's like, oh man, we could play a Star Thompson in there with him. We really not. We really not not limited. A lot of times you limited because Pistons just didn't have guys that could shoot, and then the guys that could shoot, they were more scorers. Bojanovic, Alec Burke, they was more of guys that that like to find their own shot. So that was the interesting thing about it. So, but nonetheless, let me know what you girls and guys think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance, get notifications, go live, drop video, check out your Piston Talk playlist. Let me know in the comment section. Peace.